What's up, guys? Manic here with Manic Conspiracies for another Manic Conspiracy. Today we're going to be talking about the famous Mortis.com mystery. So basically, there was a mysterious website created in 1997 called Mortis.com. Apparently, this website, when it was active, came up with a login and password screen that, according to some experts, were extremely hard to hack into, with some resorting to using brute force applications and having little to no luck getting in past the login screen. It got a lot weirder the more people started looking into it, because more and more weird connections and links started being made with the website. Some of the more strange and weird aspects were the website seemed to be linked to a dentist's office, a lawyer, and a high-end security firm. Usenet files were discovered to be linked back to the website that were apparently encrypted with password protection and had weird titles. Some of the file sizes were huge, one of the biggest being 39 gigabytes in size, which got people wondering just what this website was hiding. All references to the site have since been removed from the internet, including a wiki page, and there's not much information regarding the website itself. The website was apparently owned by a mysterious individual named Thomas Ling, although it was speculated that this was an alias, as there seemed to be great difficulty in trying to gather and ascertain any information about him other than he was an artist at one point. Over a dozen other websites were linked to Mortis.com and were just as mysterious and weird, one which had a white chess piece and literally nothing else. It was also reported at the time that Thomas Ling apparently came out and said that the site was just for his wedding photos and nothing more. However, all this did was prompt people to work even harder to get through the login page and discover for themselves what was really going on. Because remember, people are waking up now and they question everything like we should. People also found other bizarre connections, such as the site being linked to empty vacant lots and warehouses, and people who were listed as having something to do with the site were all deceased, which fueled speculation that this site was a front for something much more sinister. The website was also, from various accounts from people who tried to hack in, very difficult to get past the login screen, and that the website was very well protected. I mean, you had like regular hackers, and then you had professional, like, good hackers, and nobody could get in through this login page. Which is interesting too, because who puts a login page on a website unless you're trying to hide something? The website was also, from various accounts from people who tried to hack in, very difficult to get past the login screen, as I just said. If there was anyone around during this time who actively was involved in this little internet mystery and can shed some light and give some more details, there's still so much about this site. I love to know about it, so if you guys know, go ahead. But so basically, there's a couple updates to this as well. Basically, they show information in this 4chan thread about Ling, his connection to dental business, and its other associated websites. People researched this guy when this first took off and found all this stuff. And basically, I mean, it's pretty insane. He had multiple emails for Mortis.com. The network has an active filter. The result of all other plugins will be inaccurate. Web applications can be vulnerable but protected. Very interesting. The page language is in a different language. Another persistent story, which is hard to back up, stated that the feds apparently became involved with the site for some unknown reason and shut it down. However, another Reddit user who was there when the site was shut down claimed it was actually Thomas Ling who shut it down himself for unknown reasons. Which story is true is hard to say. It also opens up more questions and provides fewer answers. If the feds part of the story is true, why did they shut down the website and become involved? If it was Ling who came along and shut the website down himself, I can only assume it was because of all the attention he was getting, and he decided to shut it down for himself before anyone got close to discovering what he was up to. There were other websites that were backtracked as belonging to Thomas Ling that were just as weird and equally mysteries as Mortis.com, which included Chaluhu.net. This one was said to contain nothing but a white chess piece with the very eerie saying dead but dreaming, whatever that means. There was also another one called KarenLing.com and JoshuaLing.org, Lingsborough.com, EternalNight.com, DentalFillins.ne. To my knowledge, no one really found out what the purposes were for these websites. As I mentioned here about the feds, I stumbled across 2 Reddit users who were around during the time the website were active, give a bit more insight, and another who has seen some interesting links. Damon Jerky on December 23rd of 2012. Though it's no longer up, the strangest website I've encountered is definitely Mortis.com. I used to browse the Reddit, the paranormal board on 4chan, pretty regularly. One night someone posted asking if anyone had any updates on a website called Mortis. I decided to visit the website and see what the hubbub was about. What I found was seemingly uninteresting. Completely black background with the word Mortis in lowercase, white lettering, absolutely nothing else. Weird but not worth investigating, I thought. I tried clicking on the word and a login box came up. When I checked back to the paranormal board on 4chan, people were talking about trying to log in. No one was getting anywhere. A few people did enough research to learn that there were many terabytes of information being stored there. You read that right, terabytes. Hundreds. If I remember correctly, it was something absolutely ridiculous. We all had our theories, most of them disturbing. A lot of people suggested we give up trying to get in for our safety, depending on what was in there. Most people disagreed and kept trying. Eventually, tired of trying generic username and password combos, someone decided to ask the technology board to hack their way in instead of trying to brute force. People tried for weeks to get in. We learned that the website belonged to one Mr. Ling, who owned multiple other anonymous websites, which were also interesting but irrelevant. We learned more and more about Ling, but never got past the login box. This guy gave up, but others kept trying. A few months ago, I decided to look around and see what progress had been made. Apparently, the FBI stepped in. I think they actually contacted some of the people involved in trying to crack the login, but I wasn't around at the time that happened. Soon after the website and all the other owners by Ling, all the other websites owned by Ling just went down. So it's not just like the Mortis website got taken down, it was all these websites got taken down. I would still like to know what was in there, but it was fun getting involved with the biggest conspiracy theorists on the interwebs with something so fun. TLDR found a mysterious password protective website with terabytes of information before it was cracked. The FBI apparently stepped in and the website went down soon after. If anyone is curious, I do remember the website, the names of the 2 other websites this guy owned. There was Kaluthu.net, in which there was a familiar black background with white text that said dead but dreaming. Apparently this guy was into Lovecraftian mythos. The other was a website with a woman's first name and this guy's last name. For example, ShannonLing.com or something of that sort. I don't remember what was on it, but I think it was real estate related. It felt off though. There was a plethora of others, but it's been about a year now, so I can't remember them. More importantly, the mental illness thread has a bit more information with a differing story here. We were involved at different times, so it's interesting to see if someone who was there at the end, from what he remembers, the FBI didn't step in. Ling did. Basically, a wiki's been closed, nothing in the Wayback Machine. There doesn't seem to be a lot of info about this at all. Apparently, the data on there had some relation to Usenet. Turns out the domain is still registered to a Thomas Ling. It also has some name servers set. I wonder if there are any DNS records. So basically, people are saying the FBI had no involvement, sadly. The dude that owned the site came into our IRC chat, and this is posted by a Reddit poster, and told us that it was just family photos or something. When we asked him for proof that we were talking to the real guy, he changed the front page on the website to some text explaining himself, then quickly took it down. It was all very, very fish. like fishy. He had another site which just showed an image of a knight chess piece, offered a login when you clicked on it, and nobody got in that one either. I don't remember that URL. Seems the original 4chan investigators did uncover lots more information, but it's still a mystery. You know, I don't really know. I personally think that there was a lot more to those websites. I don't think they were just pictures, because think about it. If they were just pictures, how easy would it have been for him to just be like, look, it's just pictures. You guys can stop trying to hack into this website now. My personal theory on this is it either had information of illegal activity on it, or maybe it was some kind of like internet game, like, okay, I'm gonna make this website and I'm gonna make it so scary and so fishy, and nobody's gonna be able to get into this website, and whoever does crack the code is going to see what's in this website, and nobody ever cracked the code. I don't think it's very far-fetched to think the FBI would be getting involved with this, because you're dealing with people who are trying to hack into a website, regardless of if it is just a random website on the internet. It's still hacking into a website. So I definitely can see, and with it being an internet mystery, I could see the government being like, and the FBI being like, well, what the fuck is on this website? Like, we need to figure this out, And maybe that's what happened. Maybe the FBI did figure out, they did crack the code, they did get into the website, and they saw some pretty disturbing things, and that's why he took the channel down, or the website down. So it's still a mystery to me. I'm not quite sure. It's definitely interesting, and again, they don't even know if Thomas Ling was his real name, which is even more creepy. Who knows what he could have had on that website. It could have been photos of murders. It could have been a number of anything. The fact that the files were so big too. I'm sorry, but photo files are not that big. What is that big though is gaming files, stuff like that. It could have been a number of things. Who fucking knows? It could have been classified documents of some sort. It could have been, anything. We'll never know. Unless Thomas Ling wants to come out and tell us the truth, but I don't think that will happen. So like and subscribe as always, guys. I'm curious to know your guys' thoughts, and if any of you guys have tried to crack the code when the website was actually up and running. So let me know your guys' thoughts on this. Do you think it was, do you think Thomas Ling was being truthful and saying, oh yeah, it was just photos of my wedding and stuff like that, or do you think there was more to it? And also, do you think the FBI got involved, or do you think Thomas Ling took these websites down on himself? So let me know down in the comments. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is a bit longer of a video, but hey, hope you guys enjoyed. Tried to give you all the information. So, all right, let me know down in the comments. Peace out.